That's right. The world-famous auction house Christie's is about to hold its very first auction in India, and the move is being seen as a long overdue recognition of Indian art, artists and the country's growing wealth.
The works of several greats including M.F. Hussain, Amrita Shergill, Rabindranath Tagore and Taib Mehta will go under the hammer later today. Our correspondent Ayushi Sayal caught up with Sonal Singh of Christie's to get you this exclusive preview.
So to help me navigate through this labyrinth-like fantasy of art, we have with us the head of sales, Sonal Singh, who's going to help us explore through this avenue. Why was India finally chosen as a destination to hold this auction?
Well, we've had an office in India for the last 20 years, and in the last, maybe 10 years, we've had our buyer base quadruple for Indian art. So this was something that's been on our minds for a while, and we've been talking a bit about it for a few years. So finally, everything coming well into place, and now is as good a time as ever. We're here to stay. We hope to be here for many years to come.
Of course, I'm really excited, and so are our viewers, to actually see the masterpieces of this exhibition. So firstly, if we could just start with the national art treasures of this country. Yeah, so yeah, sure. To make it clear to you, these are the pieces that can essentially not be exported out of India, and we are going to look at one of those now.
This is a painting by Amrita Shergill. It was painted in 1932 when she was just 19 years old. The work is a village church from Hungary. She was half Hungarian and half Indian, and she was studying in Paris at the time, and she came on holiday in the summers to her home in Hungary. It's a Hungarian village church, and we're very delighted to have this. It's so hard to get Amrita Shergill's paintings. She died when she was 28. In all, there are 9 national treasures, 9 artists listed as national treasures in India. 3 Tagores, Rabindranath, Abhinendranath, Gaganendranath, Jamini Roy, Shergill of course, Nandlal Bose, Silos Mukherjee and Nicholas Roerich, and we're very lucky to have on this wall a selection of works by Nandlal Bose, Abhinendranath Tagore, this painting of a bird, and small little works we have of Nandlal Bose, the deer, and then 2 Gaganendranath works, a landscape from about 1920, and then a slightly later work, a cubist painting.
It looks like these are done on paper and not canvas. So is that what really distinguishes them, or is there any other attribute?
No, actually they were all, the Bengal school artists were, very important in the sense that Bengal school started immediately after the Swadesh movement. It was a very important part of being, Indian and looking at Indian sort of goods and, the whole Swadesh movement. But they started the Vishwa Kala, the Kala Bhavan in Shantiniketan with Rabindranath Tagore and his nephews. And so as I think historically they are extremely important, and Rabindranath Tagore of course is known as a poet and the first Asian to win the Nobel Prize, but he did start painting and drawing after he was 60, so we've got this fantastic history coming through in all these works, which is really irreplaceable.
So while of course we have been talking about the 20th century artists, the contemporary artists aren't getting a miss out here, and now we're going to see some work created by Jitesh Kallat, the contemporary artist.
So behind me there is a painting of Jitesh's from the early 2000s. It's Jitesh's work is all representative of Bombay, where he grew up, and this is of 2 street urchins carrying the hand cart, and it's really the burden that little children have to face living on the streets.
So now this piece of art is actually a glass painting, so let's take a closer look at this one.
I'm very excited to have this work in the sale. It's from the collection of a very important architect based in Ahmedabad, and this work is by Bhupen Kakkar, and it is referencing the Pichwai of Naptuhara, where they would draw different perspectives of the city.
So now what we like to know about is, of course, there are a lot of old money buyers who have learned the process of auctioning and have been doing it for years now. There are a lot and the ones who have a keen interest in collecting art, and this is going to be an all-new experience for them. So how are you going to educate them about this format?
Well, I think one of the nice things about being in India and finally having an auction in Bombay is that we're trying to demystify Christie's, where the works are up on view, and they've been up for the last 2 days. They're open. It's open for the public to see. We've had a lot of people coming in, and the welcome we've had has been overwhelming. But more importantly, even if you don't buy, it's about seeing and understanding and learning, and that's where your interest grows, and we want to build collections. We want to help. We've got 80 categories of art that we sell, and it's really about providing that expertise and information and knowledge to our collectors and clients.
Also, this is like a great leap in terms of art at an international level on an Indian platform. So how do you think is this going to help Indian art get promoted internationally?
Well, just to give you an idea, we've printed about 6,000 plus catalogs, and these have gone out to a huge buyer base and collector base across the world. So it's already, we've got collectors coming from abroad for this sale. We've got a number of people bidding online and on our telephones, and it's not just people in India, but from all over. So there's already a lot of information, and as you can see, we've kept our Christie standard as we do everywhere abroad, and it's really sort of presenting art at the best sort of quality and display and presentation.
So the last time an international auction house actually conducted a sale in India was in the early 90s, and it's now after a long time. What can one really expect at this auctioning?
I think you can expect to see lots of really good art, and hopefully we've got art. We're trying to represent the different developments of Indian modern and contemporary art in the last 100 years. We've got prices starting at 60,000 rupees up to 7.5 crores. So it's not exclusive in the sense, financially. We've got artists from different regions. So we've checked, I think, quite a lot of boxes off, and hopefully enough for people to come in and just see and get a sense of what's happening.
Yeah. A lot of these art pieces are really celebrated, and some probably not so known. So which ones do you think can expect a very high bid or record-breaking bid, so to say?
I don't want to say that, but let's fingers crossed everything should have a record. It's really a matter of quality, and when a work is of good quality, the records are broken. And this is a sale of 83 lots, and I believe very, very, very good quality. So we'll see tomorrow.
Absolutely. So we wish you all the luck, and we are damn excited. We can already see that there are a whole lot of people who are collected here to see the various works of art that have been put up over here. And for India, it's a great moment of pride and joy. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.